You know, in the YouTube gun community, there are big guys and there are little guys, and there's people all in between. And I think there is a place for every size channel in the YouTube gun community. Now, of course, a lot of little channels want to be big channels. They want to have influence. They have something they want to say, they want it to be heard, or they just want to become a pro-gun business. They want to grow and become a profitable pro-gun internet business. And the best way to get from being a small channel to being a big channel is to kiss the asses of the channels that are already there, the ones that are already big. Now, I have a problem with this, and I personally don't do it, because I have found that most channels who get big get commercial also. And when you get commercial, you don't worry so much about what's right anymore as you do what's profitable. These bigger channels tend to say whatever's popular. They tend to do whatever they think is going to get them the most views. They tend to do whatever they think is going to ingratiate them more with businesses, etc. Even if they were defenders of the Second Amendment in the past, they become less so when they become large channels. That's not something I'm saying to be judgmental. It just seems to be a fact of what happens in most cases. Now, I definitely don't kiss their asses because I find it's very important to call them out when they're doing something that may be detrimental to the Second Amendment or when they're just being dishonest with the gun community at large. I think most people know this is true. I do not kiss their ass. I tend to take a much different approach. And I'm making this video today to encourage more people to do this. Punch up. Actually call out the bigger channels when they're being sellouts. It's so important these days. We are in a battle for our rights. We are in a battle for our constitutional rights. And we can't afford to let people who are not truly on our side pretend like they are. Now, I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, you only do this so you can get more views and get more subs and be a bigger channel. And they're going to say the same thing to you. But that's not true. When you actually call out the bigger channels, you don't get more popular. You do not get to be a bigger channel. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You usually end up being a smaller channel because of it. But hopefully, you've managed to get the word out there. You've become a minor irritant to the bigger channels. Maybe you'll even influence their behavior, but probably not. In fact, the repercussions to the smaller channel is pretty predictable. In the end, you're probably going to lose. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's very important that we do what's right for the Second Amendment. Now, I know a lot of people will yell, we have to unify, everyone has to be unified. And I've always found the people that yell unify the loudest are the people that will sell you out the quickest. And we cannot afford to unify with people like that. If one person's goal is to compromise and profit, and the other person's goal is to actually win the war, unifying with that person that wants to compromise and profit will not help us win the fight. It will actually prevent us from winning the fight. So we have to call them out. We all have to unify, but it has to be behind the right goals. It has to be behind the right message. And that message is not one of compromise and profit. Now, I know at this point there's still going to be people saying, yeah, but this is all just bunk. You're just doing this to get more subs. Whenever you punch up like this, it's because you think it'll get you more subs. And I can prove that's not true. If you look at this chart right here, this is my daily subs. And if you look at this drastic drop off here where I went into negative numbers for the day and actually took a week to get back up to where I would normally be, that's the day I called out Hickok 45 for either not knowing how to shoot a revolver or for being dishonest and making his Colt Python fail on purpose in his video. And you might ask, why would he do that? But, you know, if you're behind the scenes, you might know why some shill for Bud's Gun Shop might do that. But that's beside the point. As you can see, I did not profit from this. I did not grow my channel. I might have gotten some views, but I get views anyway every day. And views don't really make me any money anymore because I don't really get monetized. So all I got at the end of the day for making that video was a smaller subscription base. And unfortunately, that will probably happen to you too if you're a smaller channel that takes a stand. But like I said, it is now so important that we do stand up and we do unify, but we unify with the proper people and the proper message, and we don't let anyone, no matter how big or small their channel is, continue to sell us out for profit while pretending that they're on our side.